Kaspa with huge catalysts that are coming soon that I think are going to impact the price in a huge way. I'm actually adding to my bag, doubling down and buying more Kaspa because I have conviction in these big things that are on the horizon for Kaspa. We're going to talk about that in this video. We're also going to touch on a little bit why the market dumped the past few days and why I think that Kaspa under 10 cents is going to be it's going to be like buying Ethereum at a couple $100s. But before we get started, welcome back to the channel. My name's Doc. Throughout the day, I'm a resident physician, and at night, I take you guys on my crypto and investing journey. All right, I'm adding more Kaspa. I'm buying more, putting my money where my mouth is. You probably can't see. There's my Kaspa book right there. So, yeah, I think it's kind of a no-brainer to be adding right now, or at least it is for me. Really, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. Trump, Elon doing all the things, getting a huge spat yesterday. I'm not going to go into specifics. I talked about it in my other video. That is why we had a little bit of a dip in Bitcoin yesterday, getting a nice rebound up here. This isn't a Bitcoin video. This is a Kaspa video. The good thing is, as Bitcoin comes up, a lot of other strong alts like Kaspa are going to follow them. And we can kind of see that, right? This is the Kaspa chart here on the 4-hour chart, and we're getting back above the 50-day moving average. And that's really good. We need to stay above this. Like, we really need to stay above the 50-day moving average and keep this as support if Kaspa was going to start gaining some ground. Right now, we're at about 8 cents, 8.6 cents, 0.86. Honestly, anything below 10 cents just feels criminal to me. The other reason why I decided to buy more is the MACD, that's this bottom one here. This flipped bullish just within the past few hours. So I figured, okay, now's the time to buy. We're above the 50-day moving average. Ultimately, our next big test is going to be getting past the bull market support band. This is really important. So the bottom part of the bull market support band, it's moving every day, but it's right about 9 cents even. And then the top side of the bull market support band is right at about 9.8 cents. So the way that I'm thinking about this is, honestly, we just need to get above 10 cents and hold it. And I think that we can. I really do. Just a couple days ago, we were above 10 cents. And the way that I think about this is, Kaspa for me is a long-term hold. It really is. But buying on these dips and adding to my bag, really building my position on these downfalls, makes sense to me. Because if we just get back to 10 cents, that's an easy 25% gain, right? We're right around 8 cents now. If we can get back above 10 cents, it's an easy 25% gain. Now, obviously, I'm not selling at 10 cents. I'm a long-term holder, and we're going to talk about my price prediction towards the end of this video, so stay towards the end. Also, if you're getting any value out of this, hit the like button, consider subscribing, and let me know, where do you think Kaspa can go at a peak bull cycle? Because we're going to talk about that in a second. So this is a little bit different. We're looking at the daily chart, so a little bit longer time frame. On the daily, we're not above that 50-day moving average, but that's okay. Honestly, we were at 18, 19 cents in December. To me, it's just a matter of time before we get there, and that would be over a 2x from where we are right now. Okay, so what are some of these catalysts that we're talking about? A lot of this, I'm sure you already heard of, but I'm going to give you my spin on this towards the end and kind of tie it all up and put a nice bow on it. So smart contracts, it's just a matter of time before they come. And honestly, I think this is going to be big for a couple different reasons, right? If we look at, and it is totally criminal to compare Cardano and Kaspa, and I get that, right? That's not my goal here. But when Cardano made this run up to $3, they were finally hinting that they were getting smart contracts. They went from 7, 8 cents all the way up to $3 once the community started to realize, oh, hey, there's going to be some actual utility on this chain. Well, Kaspa already has utility, but if we add smart contracts on, I really think this can be the thing that can catapult the price like it did Cardano back in the day. And right, that move by Cardano was like a 30 or 40x. So again, before you type in the comments, oh my gosh, Kaspa is way better than Cardano, I agree with you. I'm just using that as a price comparison. So smart contracts are coming. That's going to be really big. Also, we're going to come back to this post because I thought this was way bigger. Kaspa finally has a USDC pair on KuCoin. And this is big. You might not think this is big, but here's why this is big. finally getting a USDC pair, right? Circle, we got the Kaspa dollar pair on there. That's going to be big because eventually stable coins are coming to Kaspa, right? All of these really, really big chains, you think about Ethereum, Solana, Sui, they have stable coins on their networks, right? Tron's a perfect example of this because I don't know a lot of people who use Tron other than for stable coins, and they're within the top 15, top 10 all the time. So getting stablecoin payments on Kaspa is going to be huge, especially since the new update just went out and we're now getting 10 blocks per second. The Kaspa network is blazing fast. It only makes sense that we have one of the most fastest and most efficient chains, or I guess rather the block tag, that we get stables on it. It really just does make sense, right? We want speed and efficiency for people to be sending stables. And not only that, stable coins, it really is going to be, in my opinion, kind of a huge piece within the crypto ecosystem. We all know that the legacy banks, they charge exorbitant amount of fees. And you might not think this is a real thing. I have friends who have family who live in Cambodia, and they used to send Western Union money wires, and they would spend hundreds of dollars in fees in a month sending money back to family. And it's just ludicrous that people are getting nickel and dimed by doing this. Stables is going to be a huge component of sending money frictionless, right? There's going to be zero friction. The threshold to send money across the world, you only need an internet connection. That is really going to be a big part of crypto. And I think Kas can lead the way in that. We just need to get stables on there. So this, in my opinion, is the first domino, the first step to really start the ball moving, gaining some momentum on Kas. Okay. Now, there's two sides to every coin, right? Kind of pun intended. This post it's a little old, to be honest with you. It came out the end of April, but I thought it was a good roadmap nonetheless, right? We need these big milestones to start getting hit. And we're making progress, right? So the Crescendo update went live. We need to get stable coins. I think that's happening right now, right? I really think USDC, that trading pair being live on KuCoin, is the first domino to fall. It's just a matter of time before Tether and USDT come on. And then at that point, in my opinion, the funds are going to flood into Kaspa. We also need a robust DEX. I agreed with that. Smart contracts, we just talked about that. That's going to be really, really big. I actually think a lot of the partnerships are probably happening behind the scenes. And then the marketing, I agree. Like that probably is an area of opportunity. And I know there's a lot of really big YouTube creators, content creators. I am not one of them. I understand I'm a kind of a small drop in the bucket, but I am trying to do my part because I'm excited about the project and I'm just trying to get put as much of a spotlight on Kaspa as I can. And then the big one is we do need some T1, just some big tier one centralized exchange listings. I think that's going to happen at some point, but I will say it feels like the Kaspa price is being manipulated in some ways. Like the big wigs, the people who are pulling the strings, it does feel like they are excluding Kaspa in a big way. I guess the silver lining to that, though, is once they do get on tier one exchanges, a Binance, a Coinbase, all of these things, I really think that's when then the beach ball flies up out of the water. So yes, it does suck in the short term, but once it happens, I think that the price is going to explode. We're going to talk about my price prediction here in just a second. We kind of already touched on this, but yeah, Circle, USDC, it's potentially coming to Kas. This is going to be big, right? We already talked about one of the fastest, most efficient, cheapest networks. This is going to drive real adoption to Kaspa. I don't want to spend a whole lot of this, but I love looking at the Bollinger Bands on BTCC. I think it's really clean. So right now, guys, this is a 1 hour chart. So we're towards the top of the Bollinger Bands on the 1 hour chart. Honestly, I want to look a little bit more long-term because I think it gives us a big picture. I do think this could be a buying opportunity, and this is why I am buying, is because on the daily chart, which gives us a longer term projection, we're at the bottom part of this Bollinger Band, right? And not only that, RSI is really low. So that's why I'm buying. I'm adding to my bag. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do, right? You're responsible for your own bag. But to me, Kaspa under 10 cents just seems like a no-brainer buy. If you want to leverage trade at all, please only do this if you know what you're doing, if you're a responsible kind of pro trader, but you can use leverage to buy Kaspa or any other token. I've bought Kaspa on leverage when I was swing trading it, and then I used those profits to buy more Kaspa for my long-term bag. Link's going to be down below. No KYC, no VPN. You can do up to 50x on Kaspa and 500x on big projects. Again, they are a partner of the channel, so if you use them, it helps me out. I know we've talked about price a lot in this channel, but I really want to look at market cap right here. So the market cap for Kaspa, it's 2.2 million, give or take some change. It's almost 100% circulating supply, so next to no dilution. But right now, let's just call it 2.25 billion market cap. I've said this once, I'll say it again. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Kaspa is a $50 billion project, if not higher. I really think the floor for Kaspa should be 50 billion, okay? That's roughly, and I'm just doing napkin math here, but that's roughly a $2 Kaspa. I'm probably gonna use that in my thumbnail because I really do believe that. Now, can Kaspa go to 100 billion? Yeah, it potentially could. We just need the entire crypto space to grow. And I think that's going to happen. I really do. I'm going to show you a chart here in just a second, but I do think that is going to happen. So would I be surprised if we had a $160,000, $170,000, $180,000 Bitcoin if Kaspa could hit $2? I wouldn't be surprised at all by that, okay? And the reason that I think that is because Crypto Rover said it best here, Bitcoin dominance is way too high. It's way too high. The dominance is going to fall at some point, right? They're saying that we are in an oversold area for RSI on Bitcoin dominance. And when this happens, you can see these two prior times, Bitcoin dominance fell, and that leads to alt season, right? Once this happens, yes, I know we've all been waiting for it for a long time, but when it happens fast. Oh my gosh, Bitcoin dominance falls so fast. And what's going to happen is money's going to flow from Bitcoin into Kaspa. And the other thing is the aggregate total volume. We talked about this a couple days ago on one of my videos. The aggregate total volume on Circle and Tether keeps growing. So not only that, but USDT and USDC dominance is going to fall, and that money is going to flow into Kaspa. I want to end on this. This is really important. Again, I'm a small creator. I'm just trying to do my best to kind of shine a spotlight on projects that I really think are game changing in a lot of ways. So people are organizing, kind of an event to buy some Kaspa to really show exchanges and investors like the strength of the community. So this is happening Sunday, June 8th at 1 p.m. UTC time. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, can't give you financial advice. I can't tell you to buy things, but what I can tell you is I will be making a purchase on June 8th at 1 p.m. Central or the UTC, right? So something to think about. Really appreciate all your support. I haven't done a dedicated Kaspa video in quite some time. It's been a while. I had the zoomed in on, it's been about a month since my last Kaspa video. So I really want to do a dedicated one. This is a project that I really do believe in. Appreciate all of the support. The Kaspa Army has been awesome. If you got any value out of this, hit the like button. Consider subscribing. It's free. I'm asking nicely, and I'll see you guys on my next video.